Radical Candor by Kim Scott. You're here because you want more than just results. You want to lead with clarity, build trust, and inspire growth. But here's the truth. Avoiding tough conversations doesn't make you a better manager. It makes you an invisible one. And praise without meaning. That's just noise. To lead well, you need to balance two things: caring deeply about your team and challenging them directly. This isn't about being nice or strict. It's about being real. Radical candor isn't a skill. It's a mindset. One that reshapes how you guide, communicate, and drive results. You'll learn how to create a culture of feedback, empower individuals, and achieve collective goals, all while keeping humanity at the heart of leadership. No fluff, no empty gestures, just actionable insights to help you grow a team that thrives. Let's get into it. Lesson 1. Care personally. Let's start with the first pillar of radical candor. Care personally. Building strong relationships with your team begins with showing genuine care. As Kim Scott explains, your team doesn't just want to know that you value their work. They want to know that you value them as people. This means investing time to understand who they are beyond their job titles. Ask yourself, do you know what motivates your team members? Their goals, dreams, or even their challenges? It's not just about knowing, it's about showing you care. Start small, ask thoughtful questions, remember important details, and make time for real conversations. For example, if one of your team members is struggling, ask them how you can help. Care personally doesn't mean you're expected to solve their problems, but it does mean you're there to listen and offer support. Think about how you'd approach a close friend, not just professionally, but with genuine curiosity about their well-being. That's the essence of caring personally. It's also about creating an environment where people feel comfortable bringing their authentic selves to work. Encourage vulnerability by being vulnerable yourself. Share your own challenges and experiences, so your team sees you as approachable. This fosters trust and makes it easier for others to open up to you. Caring personally also means celebrating wins and recognizing milestones. It's about creating an atmosphere where your team knows you see and value their contributions. For instance, remembering birthdays or work anniversaries can go a long way in making someone feel appreciated. This builds long-term trust and loyalty. Relationships, not power, drive you forward as a leader. Lesson 2. Challenge directly. Caring personally isn't enough. You must also challenge directly. This is where many managers falter. They're afraid to criticize for fear of damaging relationships. But as Scott points out, avoiding tough conversations doesn't build trust. It destroys it. Radical candor means being honest with your feedback, whether it's praise or criticism. For instance, instead of saying, "Good job," highlight the specific actions that led to success. Your presentation's clear structure and confident delivery made a huge impact. Conversely, if there's an issue, address it promptly and directly. Your report missed key data points. Let's review how to include them next time. Feedback is a gift. It's how people grow. When you challenge directly, you're telling your team, "I care about you enough to be honest." Think of it this way. Tough feedback, delivered thoughtfully, is an investment in someone's success. It's not about calling out flaws. It's about illuminating a path to improvement. Avoiding hard conversations doesn't protect your team. It holds them back. Practical strategies can help you challenge effectively. Be specific, avoid vague statements, and ensure your feedback is actionable. For example, instead of saying, "You need to be more organized," say, "Using a shared project tracker will help us stay on top of deadlines." Challenging directly also requires consistency. Don't wait for annual reviews to provide feedback. Make it an ongoing conversation. Frequent and actionable feedback not only improves performance but strengthens trust. It also sets clear expectations, ensuring that your team knows exactly where they stand. When you challenge directly, you are investing in their long-term success. The most meaningful feedback happens when you care personally and challenge directly. Lesson 3. Avoiding ruinous empathy, manipulative insincerity, and obnoxious aggression. Radical candor is the sweet spot between ruinous empathy and obnoxious aggression. Let's break this down. Ruinous empathy happens when you care so much about sparing someone's feelings that you avoid giving constructive feedback. This doesn't help them. It holds them back. Imagine watching a team member consistently underperform because you didn't address their weaknesses. You've set them up for failure. On the other end of the spectrum is obnoxious aggression, harsh criticism without care. This erodes trust and creates resentment. For example, publicly calling out someone's mistake doesn't motivate, it humiliates. Then there's manipulative insincerity, false praise or passive-aggressive comments meant to avoid conflict or gain favor. This destroys credibility. Think about the damage done when a leader says one thing in private but acts differently in public. It erodes trust and creates a toxic culture. To navigate these pitfalls, focus on intent. Are you truly helping someone improve? Or are you just avoiding discomfort? Use radical candor as a guidepost to balance care and challenge. Learn to recognize your own tendencies. Are you leaning too much into empathy without challenge? Are you defaulting to aggression when giving feedback? Self-awareness is the first step to mastering radical candor. Additionally, develop a feedback framework for your team. Create a shared understanding of what constructive feedback looks like, so everyone is aligned in their approach. Radical candor is about caring enough to give direct feedback, not to humiliate, but to guide. Lesson 4. Building a culture of feedback. Feedback isn't a one-time event, it's a culture. Encourage your team to give, receive, and seek feedback openly. Start by modeling the behavior. Share feedback about yourself and ask for theirs. What's one thing I could do better to support you? Listen without interrupting or defending. By being open to criticism, you set the tone for others to follow. Create opportunities for feedback. Weekly one-on-ones and team retrospectives are perfect settings to discuss what's working and what needs improvement. Make feedback a two-way street where both managers and team members actively contribute. Normalize feedback as a tool for growth, not as a reaction to mistakes. Use rituals to reinforce this culture. For example, start team meetings with a plus-delta exercise. What's working well, and what needs to change? This keeps the feedback loop active and non-threatening. Additionally, celebrate feedback milestones. Highlight stories where feedback led to significant improvements, showing your team its value. Empower team members to provide peer-to-peer feedback, creating a culture where everyone contributes to collective growth. Furthermore, integrate feedback into performance metrics. Use it as a tangible measure of collaboration and improvement. Feedback should flow in all directions, up, down, and across the team. Lesson 5. Understand what motivates each team member. Not everyone on your team wants the same things. Kim Scott categorizes employees into rock stars and superstars. Rock stars excel in their current roles and value stability. They're the steady foundation of your team. Superstars are ambitious and crave new challenges. They're constantly looking for growth opportunities. Understand who falls into which category and tailor your approach. For rock stars, show appreciation and provide opportunities to deepen their expertise. For superstars, offer projects that stretch their skills and pave the way for advancement. Illustrate this with a real-world example. Imagine a team member who thrives in their role but doesn't want a promotion. Pushing them toward leadership could backfire, leaving them disengaged. Instead, recognize their strengths and invest in their growth without forcing change. For superstars, align their ambition with opportunities that challenge and excite them. Balancing both types creates a team that is stable yet innovative. Regularly revisit these categorizations, as people's motivations and aspirations can evolve over time. Understanding what drives each individual is the key to unlocking their full potential. Great managers don't push their ambitions onto others, they help each person achieve their own goals. Lesson 6. Growth management versus talent management. Traditional talent management focuses on identifying the top performers, but radical candor introduces growth management, helping everyone grow according to their unique trajectory. Growth management recognizes that people shift between phases of rapid growth and steady performance. As a leader, your job is to align the right roles with the right people at the right time. For instance, don't pressure a rock star to take on a leadership role if they're happiest as an expert contributor. Similarly, provide challenging roles for superstars hungry for growth. Use personalized growth plans to support this. Sit down with each team member annually to discuss their goals and map out actionable steps. This keeps growth aligned with their ambitions and ensures the team's collective success. Growth management also emphasizes long-term retention. By understanding where employees are in their career trajectory, you can foster loyalty and avoid unnecessary turnover. Encourage team members to take ownership of their growth, providing resources and opportunities that empower them to drive their own development. Growth is not a race, it's a journey, and it looks different for everyone. Lesson 7. Drive results collaboratively. The Get Stuff Done framework in Radical Candor emphasizes teamwork over individual heroics. It's about creating a cycle of listen, clarify, debate, decide, persuade, execute, reflect. Listen to every idea, even the unpopular ones. Clarify to ensure everyone understands the proposals. Debate to foster respectful discussion and test ideas rigorously. Decide quickly to maintain momentum. Persuade those not involved directly in decision-making to ensure buy-in. Execute the plan with clear accountability. Finally, reflect on outcomes to learn and improve future actions. Illustrate this cycle with an example. Suppose your team is launching a new product. Listening and debating ideas ensures a robust plan. Deciding and persuading ensures alignment. Executing well and reflecting on results guarantees learning for the next project. Collaborative results come when every voice feels valued. Encourage cross-functional collaboration to expand perspectives, fostering innovation that might not emerge in siloed efforts. Effective teamwork is less about consensus and more about clarity of purpose. Lesson 8. Tools and techniques for radical candor. Here are practical tools to implement radical candor. One-on-ones. Use these to understand your team's goals and challenges. Ask open-ended questions like, "What's on your mind?" Or, "How can I support you?" Career conversations. Dive into their life stories, dreams, and 18-month plans to align their growth with team goals. Feedback practices. Praise publicly and criticize privately. Deliver feedback immediately for maximum impact. Encourage open communication and foster a safe space for honest discussions. Add actionable techniques to these tools. For one-on-ones, create an agenda together to maximize value. For career conversations, follow up regularly to track progress. For feedback practices, ensure it's specific, timely, and tied to outcomes. Build a repository of feedback examples to use as guidance for new team members. This creates consistency and ensures feedback aligns with team values. Furthermore, train your team on how to give and receive feedback effectively, providing resources and workshops to build this skill set. The best managers build trust by showing up, asking questions, and listening deeply. Radical candor isn't just a leadership style. It's a commitment to your team's growth and well-being. When you care personally and challenge directly, you build trust, drive performance, and create a workplace where people thrive. Thank you for listening to Radical Candor by Kim Scott.